The circular economy is a model of production and consumption which involve sharing, reusing, leasing, repairing, refurbishing, and recycling materials or product for as long as possible. The purpose is to extend the life cycle of product and to reduce waste to minimum. On the other hand, the linear economic model of take, make, waste is the main driver of the triple crisis of climate disruptions, biodiversity loss, and pollution. Moreover, some of the biggest challenges of modern societies are the lack of resources and the large amount of produced waste. So transition is necessary to protect the environment, reduce raw material dependence, create jobs, and save consumers money.
The circular economy is a transformative economic framework aimed at decoupling economic growth from resource depletion and environmental degradation. It operates basically on three main principles. One is designing out waste and pollution, keeping materials and products in continuous circulation, and regenerating natural systems. Unlike the traditional linear model, the circular economy established closed-loop systems and prioritized resource efficiency. Transitioning from linear to circular economy is imperative, driven by growing strain of finite natural resources and the environmental consequences of sustainable consumption and production patterns. The transition is necessary due to several urgent environmental, economic, and social challenges associated with linear economy. A resource-dependent economy is vulnerable to price volatility and supply chain disruptions, especially as the global demand outstrips the supply. The circular economy promotes resilience by reducing dependence on raw material and fostering local reuse and recycling initiatives. A green agenda for the Western Balkans is a strategic framework to drive regions' transition to green economy while ensuring alignment with EU environmental objectives and broader sustainability goals. Green agenda outlines key measures for achieving circular economy, emphasizing eco-design principles, extending lifespan of products, and usage of secondary raw materials. These measures especially include promotion of low-carbon technologies, using renewable energy production process in order to reduce emissions. Also, one of the key measures is development of the modern waste management system. A critical component is the implementation of extended producer responsibility, which holds producer accountable for managing the environmental impact of their products through their life cycle, including post-consumer waste recovery and recycling. It also promotes various tools which are complementary to EPR, such as deposit system for packaging. Additionally, the Green Agenda emphasizes the urgent need to reduce the reliance on single-use plastics by promoting alternatives such as reusables and circular materials.
The European Green Deal is aimed at sustainable growth while simultaneously achieving the goal of climate neutrality by 2050 and halting the loss of biodiversity. To fulfill this ambition, the EU needs to promote a regenerative growth model that gives back to the planet more than it takes, reduces the consumption footprint, and doubles the circular rate of material use. Briefly, the European Green Deal is a coordinated strategy for climate neutral, resource efficient, and competitive economy. Of course, within this framework, all EU members have launched policies to support circularity.
To align their operation with principles of circular economy, companies must undertake a comprehensive transformation across their production processes, business models, and supply chains. Companies should embrace resource efficiency by minimizing material and energy use in production, optimizing manufacturing techniques, and implementing closed-loop systems where waste is treated as a valuable input for new products. Transitioning to circular business model is a critical strategy, such as offering products and services or implementing payback schemes that facilitate product refurbishment and material recovery. This approach not only extends the life cycle of the products, but also fosters a more sustainable consumption patterns. Collaboration with the suppliers who also promote circular economy principles is essential, as it enables companies to source new renewables material, adopt share recycling initiatives, and establish circular supply chains. The use of digital technology and data analytics is also important in improving supply chain transparency, optimizing resource utilization, and managing reverse logistics, which are vital for efficient product returns and recycling.
Well, the circular economy opens new opportunities for businesses working together to create a framework for sustainable product in the EU and beyond on the global market. And this transition to sustainable economic system is necessary for the EU new industrial strategy. According to the recent study, applying circular economy principles across the EU economy has the potential to increase EU GDP by an additional 0.5% by 2030, creating around 700,000 new jobs. So the benefit is also obvious for individual companies, since manufacturing companies in the EU spend an average up about 40% on materials. And in the circular economy model, their profitability can be significantly increased because the price of resources is stable. According to several published research, the best performing industries in terms of circular strategies are food and beverage, chemical and plastic, construction materials, water and sewage, electrical and electronic equipment, waste management, and fashion and textiles. Many examples have proven that the desired transition can be achieved, and innovative technology can help us in that. Of course, the transition is a complex process and requires coordinated and responsible action between public administration, the business sector, and society.
Circular transition is a cross-sectoral process and requires involvement of all stakeholders in the society. Although the region, Montenegro in the overall Western Balkan region, is at the beginning of introducing circular economy principles into their business models, we still can map sectors that have the highest potentials for the circular transition. One of them is definitely manufacturing, which adopting sustainable production process and focus on designing products for durability, repairability, and recyclability. Also, there is electronics, also managing e-waste, which has a significant problem in the Western Balkans. There is also automotive industry by growing focus on electric vehicles and battery recycling, construction with a modular design and use of sustainable materials, and also designing multi-purpose buildings that are energy efficient and resource efficient. Also agriculture and food, introducing regenerative farming and waste reduction practices, optimization of organic waste for composting or bioenergy. And of course, there is fashion. As we're facing the era of fast fashion, definitely the circular design practices, garment recycling, and second-hand markets are at definitely point overall the globe, but also within the region. Also, I would add also the packaging. We should aim at reducing single-use plastics, developing sustainable and recyclable packaging, and promoting reusable packaging as well to minimize overgrowing problem with the packaging waste in the Western Balkans. Consumers can reduce their waste by prioritizing products designed for longevity, opting for high-quality, durable items rather than disposable ones, supporting brands that incorporate circular economy principles, such as those using recyclable or biodegradable materials, offering repair services, or implementing payback schemes, reinforces the demand for sustainable business models. Furthermore, consumers can contribute by engaging in the second-hand market, purchasing refurbished or repaired goods, and extending the life of the product's proper care and maintenance. Green consumer is rising among young people, creating a market demand for circular products. Adopting mindful practices regarding energy and water consumption through the use of energy-efficient appliances, renewable energy resources, and efficient water usage supports reuse, conservation, and contributes to sustainability goals. Individuals can drive broader societal change by advocating for circular economy principles with their community, business, and social network, thereby encouraging wider adoption of the circular practices. Also, they can promote a local economic development by purchasing locally produced products whenever available.
Well, actually, it's very simple. You need to make small changes in your daily habit. First of all, reduce the amount of waste in your household, especially food waste, because by throwing away food, we are wasting not only food with its nutritional and economic value, but we also lose all the precious resources that were invested in production and distribution and preparation of food, like water, soil, energy, human labor, fuel. And that's not all, because by dumping food waste in landfills, we pollute the environment. So how to reduce food waste? Shop according to the list, buy and prepare the amount of food you can realistically consume, and be creative with your leftover. Also, you can donate excess food or share it with friends and neighbors. It's important to separate your waste. You can compost your waste or prepare it for recycling. Of course, instead of the car, choose alternative transport like walking, cycling, or public transport, and reduce use of plastic. There are many, many alternatives today. And the main message will be avoid unnecessary purchases and especially avoid fast fashion. I think the role of the individual should not be minimized, because individuals in large numbers are powerful and much needed change in a world of limited resources and a fast-growing population. Each of us can make a positive difference with a small behavioral change, and we should start today.